What's freaking up, YouTube? I am in a slump today. Yesterday I ate mayonnaise. Today I took fenbendazole. The mayonnaise was questionable. I was looking at it. I was like, should I eat this? It gave me like, sea moss and sea moss vibes. If you saw my last video, I ate some questionable sea moss, and before that I ate questionable shrimp. So for some reason, whenever I like clean my gut with ivermectin or fenbendazole, I get like these weird cravings. And it's not that they're out of the ordinary, it's just that I second guess myself before I eat it. And I'm like, are you sure you want to put this in your gut right now? Because I just did a cleanse, and now who knows if people double dipped in this mayonnaise with their spoon, you know? I feel like everything's just contaminated nowadays. It's always been. I mean, that's why we invented things like refrigeration and stuff. But anyway, I just felt like not running today. I'm gonna give my legs a rest because I'm 260 pounds, and running on my legs that are only built for like 190, 200 pounds, I don't want to break them or overstrain them or anything like that. I really should hold my camera out like this to give you guys a better view of myself. But I always feel awkward just like holding the camera out like this. It's a prank, guys. That's what you got to tell yourself when you're vlogging. Just be like, let's see people's reactions. I'm pranking them. I feel like that's the go-to for me, at least. I tell myself, oh, I've been a prankster before. I made videos like that. They were mainly like about picking up girls or doing something with women. Like, can I touch your butt, or hugging girls for too long, or twerk for Drake's new album or something. I did those. I don't know, I just had a lot of confidence with women before because I did well in high school with them. Had a girlfriend when a lot of people didn't. Not very many people had girlfriends or were in relationships. I was the top 20%, as they say, of guys that actually could get a girlfriend. And everyone else was kind of just friend zoned. And yeah. So I did YouTube pranks, and that's kind of a similar vibe right now. Whenever you're in public doing something out of the ordinary, you just got to tell yourself, like, if they react to you, then you can get their reaction on camera. Oh, these guys are playing baseball. Okay, that's a first. It's Tuesday, like 10 a.m. Well, there is a baseball field right here, so maybe they're baseball players for some sort of league or whatever. But yeah, this vlog doesn't really have a point. I guess I'm just complaining about how down I feel right now because of that mayonnaise. It might be a nocebo or a placebo or whatever you call it, where I just like bring my mood down by overthinking something. But I took the fenbendazole today, and that could also be a reason why I'm a little, like experiencing die-off symptoms or whatever. Is there anyone behind me? I think so. So, yeah, I definitely want to keep it up, but the next 3 days is gonna be, or next 4 days is gonna be a fenbendazole dosing schedule. Like, I'm gonna be taking it, and when parasites die, they release toxins that give you symptoms that could be unpleasant, like headache, body ache, rash, fatigue. So I feel like right now maybe I'm a little bit fatigued because of it. I'm still out here, you know, still made it, and I am trying my best to keep frame around others. And what I mean by that is, like, whenever I get close to someone, whenever I come, how do you explain it? Whenever I'm walking by someone, I tend to lose my frame a little bit, and I'm working on that because I like giving other people the opportunity to speak and act and stuff. Like, that's probably why I watch a lot of YouTube, because I genuinely like watching other people talk. And like, that's also why I do YouTube, because I like watching myself. It's like I'm also interesting, like, I want to document my history, look back on it in the future. What have I accomplished? What goals have I done? And yeah, but it's not that I lose frame. It's not like I'm it's not like I'm not the alpha dog in a situation. It's just that I'm so Sigma that when I'm around people, I like lift them up. I encourage them. And maybe that's why I'm so infested with parasites, is that, like, I have no filter. I have no, like, rejection method built in. I think that stems from my solipsism. I genuinely believe that everything is just a figment of my imagination. I think that things are just projections of my mind, and I'm in my own mind right now, like in a dream, which I got from, like, drug use. I probably would have never come up with that idea without the marijuana I used to smoke or the shrooms I took. I had something to say. I had like a train of thought. This happened to me last video too. I was gonna say something, but I forgot. Oh yeah, just being alone. So yeah, I literally, like, whatever I want to do in life, I do it. And it's almost to a fault, because it could come off as selfish or self-centered or even borderline narcissistic, because you're like, oh, you don't think other people exist? It's like, deep down, not really. Because I can't prove it. Can't really warp into your mind and experience all your memories and be you. And even if I could, that's still me doing that. So I think there's just one entity in the universe. You know, he's alone. There's one. That's why people talk about like there's one. You know, when you become spiritual, you connect with the one. And yeah, you can interpret that in different ways, but it really just comes down to you. Like everything's your fault, everything's you're doing, everything bad that happens is because of you, everything good that happens is because of you. You see a Lamborghini, that's your Lamborghini. Like some NPC is just driving around. And if you want it, you could get it. And then there are rules within this place that we're in, preventing you from destroying yourself. Because I don't know if you've ever played a video game with cheat codes before, but man, does that video game get boring. It's like there's no resistance at all anymore. I used to play video games a lot, and I'd be like, man, this game is so hard, I wanna cheat, you know. Then you put in a code to get infinite money. You can buy anything you want, and then like you have no one to share it with. That's what it comes down to, is that when you get everything in the world that you ever wanted, it pretty much just sums down to not having anyone with you. Like other people are really the human resource. That's where the currency comes from, is and I think that's why people struggle with getting people to like them. They want others to be attracted to them and want to be around them, and then it's like a dance, it's like a juggle between being too forward and not coming off clingy, and there's like certain acts you have to perform. And I mean, as a kid, we're just purely natural, and we have like a blank slate, and we learn over the years how to act and how to behave. It's like a muscle, your brain learns. But anyways, short one for you guys today. Just rambling, taking a lap, making sure I'm out here every day, even if it's not a run day. I mean, I still got a little sweaty. Maybe didn't lose a lot of weight, but yeah, just disciplining myself, and it's just about showing up. It's not about going 100% every day. It's just about some days you're not gonna show up to the max like other days. But there's my car. I cleaned it a little bit. I wiped the windows with Windex because it was dusty on the panoramic roof. So now it's a little bit more shiny. But don't know what I'm gonna do today, honestly. Just drinking my Wawa coffee. Got some before here. It's the little things that make me happy. And yeah. Just think about your life a little bit. Think about the things that you see in your world. Like, for example, the topic of God is very interesting. What do people mean by that? Why is that such a heavy topic? It's been politicized over the years, but when you pursue God as a solopreneur, solo adventurer, and you're journeying through life and thinking deeply about how to connect to Him, you'll realize a lot of things in life. And I'm talking like I made it, and I did. I have $100 million. I didn't tell you guys. Tomorrow I'll bring the stack of money and talk about that a little bit, how I made $100 million in my life. But I'm pretty much retired and I don't really need to do anything. So trying to find an objective, I have the flying car objective. I have the flying car back here. Selling it for 10K to people. Don't know if I'm really in the mood. Like yesterday I was high energy, high mood. Like the ivermectin really helped me out. And I do want to sell it, for 10K. Feel like that would fit the brand pretty nicely. I just gotta like find the right. The gears need to click into place, and I'm like messing with the gears in the universe, in my brain, just everything that needs to happen. And of course, just doing it for me, not for women, because women don't understand men the way men understand men, and they always try to prevent you from doing something. They always try to control your life or tell you something's not the right way to go about doing things. They really just they're scared, they're scared of everything. Men rank higher in psychopathy. Psychopathy is not necessarily a bad thing. It's just when you're highly logical and aren't really afraid of death, pretty much. Like you're afraid of like getting hurt and dying, but you just like, you don't think anything bad is ever going to happen. You just think, that's why cops put themselves into that position of life and death, because most cops are psychopaths. And the genre that ranks highest in psychopathy are Navy SEALs and Army Rangers. Like people in the military and people like that. Like people who have guns. And I don't know, I don't have a gun, but I do have the Bible, and this is my weapon. I built it. That's my weapon. It's like a socially acceptable weapon. I'm not saying you're gonna use. I'm not saying I'm gonna use it to hurt people, but it's a it's a blade. It's a sword. It's my craft. Let's put it that way. And I worked at SpaceX. You know what I mean? I worked at SpaceX, and I was working on the rockets. I'm bound by an NDA, so I can't say too much about what I was working on, what I know. Security clearance, all that type of stuff. Ballistics weapons systems. Technically, that's what it is. So you can't really say much. But I was just working to make someone else's dream come true, and I had my own dream. People are so dumb. People are so dumb. Like people who are like average IQ, they think it's about money. It's not about money. It's about purpose. It's about finding meaning in life, and play the video game that's in front of you. Like, figure out what you like to do in life, what you think the purpose of life is. I'll give you a hint. It's kind of like Minecraft. Okay, when you don't need doctors and you don't need lawyers, like for example, you don't want to deal with people's BS, crime and breaking the law, and say all that stuff goes away. We live in a perfect world where things just happen the way they're supposed to happen, and there's no fault or blame. We don't really need lawyers. And if people had perfect health, you know, and unless you really want to help people, be a doctor. But in a perfect world, you don't need doctors either, because the Bible says that God's gonna get rid of sickness and death. And I think the verse goes something like, tears will not shed from their eyes, neither will pain nor death be anymore. So, you know, God promises that sickness and death is going to go away, so we don't really need doctors. But we're going to need things. You know, we're always going to need stuff. I don't know, if you need a bike or a car or a bench or a road or a plane, you know, you're gonna need an engineer for that. So that's why I chose engineering. I mean, being a lawyer is cool. Like, you learn how to, you're good at language and you know how to like talk to people. But it's like, if you ever play RuneScape, it's like the combat triangle: mage, magic, ranger, archery, and melee, like warrior. I feel like the 3 combat styles are equivalent to today's doctor, lawyer, engineer. Like, we don't have combat styles. We have skills. You know? So pick one. I don't care which one you pick, but pick one. Whatever you're interested in. If you like biology, whatever you like, math, political science, civil law, history. I mean, whatever your favorite subject is, you know. I'm just here to guide you a little bit. Because you're probably looking at me like, how do you have all this shit? How do you drive a Tesla? How do you have $100 million? How did you work at SpaceX? Like, bro, it's really just about trusting God, understanding what that means for you. You know, what do people mean by that? Ask that question a lot. Ask people that. What do they mean? You'll find that when you ask people that, they like stumble over their words. They don't really know what they're talking about. Because people usually use that word as like a manipulative word to like get you to do something they want. They don't really understand it themselves. They haven't thought about it enough. They haven't asked a question. So look in the Bible, look in the whatever book you want, like whatever philosopher, look online. Ask ChatGPT what it means. Even ChatGPT will give you so many different answers depending on the context. But, yup, just chilling, enjoying life, hanging out. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, comment down below your thoughts. And I'll see you guys very soon, tomorrow probably.